Hello, and welcome to another Angry's unit of the week. And today we're taking a look at the P-40N fighter. The P-40 Warhawk was an American fighter plane which entered into service in the late 30s to replace the older P-36 Hawk. It was designed as a low to medium altitude fighter, which particularly was quite good in turn fights. They would end up making quite a lot of these aircraft, just under 14,000, and they would see a whole heap of service in pretty much most theatres in the war. They were first used by the British in North Africa, or Commonwealth I should really say, more than just British people flew them, to great effect, as it was an improvement over the previous Hurricane fighter. As well, it performed quite well in the harsher climate of North Africa. It achieved service in Pacific, most famously by the American Flying Tigers in China, but by 1943-44, the P-40 is getting a little bit long in the tooth, and it would slowly be phased out in favour of newer modern aircraft, such as the P-51 Mustang. Soviets would also receive a bunch of P-40s starting in late 1941, where they performed quite well in the Eastern Front thanks to the lower altitude nature of that theatre. It could keep up with the Messerschmitt 109s, though just like on the Russian front, it would slowly get phased out by 1944 for newer, better aircraft. In-game, the P-40N is an 85-point fighter plane, available to the 7th Mechanized Corps and 126 Mountain Infantry Corps, and it has one weapon. It's a bit of a lie, you actually have 6 50 cal machine guns with 1,440 rounds of ammunition. For a plain machine gun, it's pretty good. It's larger than your standard crappier like 7-8mm machine gun. It of course does not have the firepower of a 20 or 30mm. It's just a good in between. Up down to miscellaneous stats, it goes 540 kilometers an hour, has good optics, good agility, and bad resilience. In game, the P-40N is a rather respectable mid-range fighter for the price that you're paying for it. I was going to compare it to a bunch of other fighters at roughly the same price, but really the main thing to take away is that it's just a very balanced aircraft. It doesn't have the best firepower loadout, but 650 cals is still quite deadly. It's not the fastest plane, but it's fast enough to catch up to bombers. It's not the most agile plane, but it's agile enough to survive a dogfight. It's just a very well-balanced aircraft for a discount. What is very good, however, is its availability, as you can get 4 of them in A phase, 7 in B phase, and 10 in C phase unvetted. And like with a lot of fighter planes, it's usually a very good idea to take them with some sort of veterancy. As with 2-star veterancy, you can get them to be excellent agility. In the 7th Mechanized Corps, this is definitely the fighter you want to be taking. The other one available is the PE-2. And, well, I feel sorry to the fighter squadron which gets equipped with PE-2s. And, well, you also have Denisov available in 7th Mechanized, so of course you have to take it. You don't get a whole lot of air slots available to you, but as usual, I think you want to try and fit at least one card of fighter planes in. For the 126 Mountain Infantry, you have some interesting alternatives, such as the Hurricane Mark II, which is a bit slower, but it's a little bit more resilient. I prefer the P-40, honestly, as I think speed is quite important. You also have the Yak, which is pretty damn fast, but a little bit more expensive. Honestly, with this division, it's not too big of a deal which fighter you pick. You already have a lot of air slots available to you. Frankly, you can just take one of each of those planes. Overall, the P-40 is just a good, well-balanced, affordable aircraft. It's not the best in anything, it's not the worst in anything. It's just a good aircraft for when you need a fighter aircraft to shoot stuff down. I would say a skill in using just planes in general in Eugene games, but that's a bit of a lie. Half of the time they go left, where they evade all the enemy anti-aircraft fire and get out just safely. The other half is when they fly right into the enemy anti-aircraft net, and then you get quite upset. So you might as well use the cheaper, more affordable fighters to hedge your losses in that case. And well, I'm going to leave it off at that. This has been another Rangaru's Unit of the Week. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as usual, please just take it easy.